Hello. For my first video, I decided to use this image here by Taylor Bryan. She's in Group 1 of Section 201. I chose this picture because personally I actually love horses myself, so I kind of connected to this picture. So to get started, the first question to be asked would be how effectively does the artist use elements and principles of design or photography in composing the image? So as you can see here, um, one of the one of the first things that I noticed was the shape. So you can actually see the horse's shape. You can see the jaw structure, the face, the nose, and then you can also see the female's shape on the right side of the image. And one thing that I noticed about the shape is just how massive the horse's head is in comparison to the female's body. And that shows just how inferior we are to these massive beasts. Um, and another thing is there's an element of line. So if you look in the background, you can see actually a fence line, and you have a line for every plank that goes horizontally, and then you also have the fence post that goes vertically. That's also a line, as well as the trees in the background that you have lined there, and then the hair coming from the horse and the female on the right side of the photograph. You can also see the line there. Another thing you can tell by looking at this photo is the form. So you can tell this is a 3D picture just based off of the shade in some areas, and the horse's neck and jawline, and then the female's coat. You can actually see the different shades. You can tell that there is form taking place here. Another thing that I looked at that I noticed there was the element of form was actually in the nose of the horse. You can actually see the actual depth of just how big the nose is and the nostril. Another type of element would be color. So as you see in the background, the sky looks white. It looks like it looks like it is snowing, or obviously has snow by looking at the ground. You have the snow on the ground, and they're also covering the trees. So the texture is also something that is noticeable here. You see the snow on the ground, and we know that snow usually means soft and wet, so I can kind of get that feeling by just looking at the picture. And I also can get the feeling by looking at the horse that the hair on the horse is coarse and fine, um, so I can kind of get that feeling of texture. So for the second question asks, what is the image about? So this is kind of my interpretation on the image. I believe that this picture here is love. It shows that this female on the right side of the picture has love towards this horse. She cares about it. She has some sort of emotional attachment to this horse just by looking at the way she's interacting with it. Another thing is me being around horses quite a bit is you can tell that the horse actually loves the owner. Some horses are scared and they won't come close to people, but you can tell that this horse is comfortable. That means that it trusts this female. So you can tell that. And also, this is just in my interpretation of the photograph. Is obviously it's cold out there. She's wearing a coat. There's snow on the ground and snow on the trees. And this could be something where, hey, you want to take care of your animals whenever it's this cold out there. You want to make sure that they're doing okay. And so for the third question asks, what would I change about the image? Personally, I would I would try to add some sort of movement. I know that's kind of hard to do, but say if the horse was running or trotting or walking, and she maybe was walking with it to kind of show the legs moving of both the horse and the female, and kind of show more of like a relationship between the two. Also, I would probably zoom out a little bit just so you can see how big this horse is compared to the female. Um, and I would also try to see if you could get the horse to bend its head down. That way it could show more affection instead of just trusting the female on the right. Maybe it will show more affection towards that person. And for the fourth and final question, it asks what could use improvement within the image or the composition. So here again, I'll just hit on movement. I think that movement would actually make this picture come to life. I guess it would actually help with the form. That way we know it's 3D, and kind of help with the picture as a whole. As you can see, both the female and the horse moving as one. That would definitely benefit the picture. Another thing would be to show more emotion. Here you kind of see like maybe a playful kind of she's blowing a kiss to the horse. But if you wanted to show maybe more affection, you can show just how much this horse means to her if she was able to be closer to it and, looking more affectionate towards it in more of a serious manner. And also, like, we know it's cold out there, but we don't see emotion towards how cold it is. So that's maybe one thing that this photographer could have done a little bit better. They could improve the image a little bit. It would be to show just how cold it is. But all in all, I believe that this is a great picture, and it portrays many different things.